Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first town hall for 2024. This is the spring preview for RTFO in 2024. I am Albert. I'm on my own here today to give you all the previews and the teasers for what's coming in this upcoming year in RTFO. And yeah, we're just going to be previewing several stuff here today, including these upcoming singles title picture, as well as a very, very early tease to the Teams InterCup in 2024. So thank you all for joining. I see 8 people in the live chat. Throughout this whole town hall, if you have any questions regarding anything, drop it in the live chat, and I will address and answer any questions that I can. It's either regarding the actual stuff that I announced or something else outside wise. Feel free to ask it, and I will try to respond to you as I can. But yeah, so as always, first of all, I think the last time we played a countdown ever was when I did the Rickroll for the April Fools from last year. So if anyone have PTSD from the countdown because of the Rickroll prank that I did from last year, I do apologize. But you know, we gotta keep the tradition. We gotta keep the countdown going. So yeah. Matthew's not here with me today. He is unavailable. Andrew's also unavailable. Owen, Sam, they're all unavailable. So it's just me here today. Me and with my sometimes blurry camera. We'll see if my camera gets blurry today or not. But yeah, let's just do a quick recap of what we have in the year so far before we actually get to the preview. We have had 4 matches in the year so far. We started like late January, 4 matches in the year, including the All-Star Rumble as well. So if you haven't seen the All-Star Rumble, I do highly recommend check it out. Once again, shout out to Adelaide Spence and Jack Penchuk on helping create the event, writing and hosting that whole thing. But yeah, All-Star Rumble 2024, the third All-Star Rumble, I thought was a huge success. Matthew Chen was the winner of that. He lasted a total of 7 rounds in that competition, winning it all the way. And so with that win, he have a title shot that he can cash in both singles or teams. He cannot do it in both. He can only do it once. And that can be used within the next 18 months. We've seen this in the past. The first time this happened, it was oh god, I'm already blanking. The first time it happened, it was Andrew. Andrew used it on the title shot, which he used on teams that eventually paid off for him and Aiden because they got the team's title. And then last year, Sophie used her title shot in teams in singles to make it into a wait. No, that was another thing. Nope. I am messing things up between the title shot and the number one contender shot. Andrew used the title shot on teams, which he won that thing. Sophie used the title shot recently, which was also successful in teams. So both people who've used the title shot have used it in teams. So we'll see, I guess, if Matthew will continue the trend and use his title shot in teams, because he is currently still the singles champion. So yeah, that's like basically what's the situation with the title shot. The MVP was the person who lasted the most rounds in the All-Star Rumble. That went to Cole. He lasted 10 rounds throughout the entirety of that event. So the difference is he don't get a title shot, but he get a number one contender shot. So it's not an automatic guarantee that he'll challenge for the title. He will play someone first, and then if he wins that match, then he will get an opportunity to challenge for the title in the championship, again, either in singles or in teams. And how it applies for Cole is basically he can challenge anyone who is in the top 10 rankings of either division. So if he's looking at the rankings on the RTFO database, which is available on the Discord that you can access to, that is updated real time. And by real time, I mean after every match, I go and update the RTFO database rankings. So if Cole is watching right now and decided to, I want to see what my potential are for number one contenders in singles or in teams, anyone in the top 10, you can challenge for an opportunity for the number one contenders anytime in the next 18 months. Again, that has been used in the past by myself. I won my number one contenders match against Sam, which I did last year, but unsuccessfully got the singles title because Matthew defended. I failed to get the singles title from him. And similarly to Sophie as well. Sophie used it 2 years ago to make it a triple threat tournament matchup, which we all remember between Rachel and Owen. And yeah, also unfortunately didn't went successfully for Sophie too. And yes, Cameron, I can blame you for the blurry camera. Although, thank you for the free camera. I didn't have to spend money on it. Although I don't know what the deal with the blurry is. It's the same exact camera that I have last time, and Andrew have the same exact camera too. So I don't know what the situation is with this camera. Anyway, yes. So that was the two winners, and the Marksman Award winner that goes to yours truly, myself. Basically, the Marksman Award was the person who have the most perfect rounds. I got the most amount of perfect rounds in 2024 All-Star Rumble with 4 perfect rounds. Cole was a close second. He got 3 perfect rounds. I lasted 5 rounds, a short 5 rounds, but 4 out of those 5 rounds apparently, I basically got all perfect rounds. It was the final round which I got eliminated, which I played horribly. But because of that, I got the Marksman Award, meaning I could create a category. And as I've announced in the Discord, but some of you probably maybe missed the announcement because it was in a Discord. So we're taking this opportunity in Town Hall right now to announce it as well. So the category that I'm creating is the category of Haley Steinfeld. So Haley Steinfeld is coming to RTFO in 2024. She's got, I want to say, maybe around 20 films or so. Lots of good stuff, obviously. Several stinkers in there as well. So have fun watching that category because I guarantee you I will use those categories because I've seen all her films. So yeah, category of Haley Steinfeld coming to RTFO 2024. Really excited for this. Ever since RTFO was a thing, always wanted to make this a thing, but I'm always like, it's unfair. It doesn't make sense for her. She doesn't deserve her own category. There are other people who deserve it more. But with this opportunity that I could do anything, basically, I'm like, I'm not gonna pass this opportunity up. I'm gonna make this a reality. So there you go. Hopefully, I don't know what the reaction are to that category being added, but hopefully it's positive. Anyway, that was the All-Star Rumble. Just a quick recap once again. So Matthew's winner, title shot. Cole's the runner-up, not runner-up, MVP, number one contender shot, and me, Marksman Award with the Haley Steinfeld category that is coming to RTFO in 2024. So, yep, this category can appear anytime. If you have a match, this category can appear in your wheel, in your round 3. It's a possibility. So just be careful and be ready for it. Anyway, aside from that, we've had 4 matches outside of the All-Star Rumble. The first match of the year, we got the teams match, which I mentioned earlier. Gore Boys versus Street Smarts. Street Smarts used their title shot. Sophie and Rachel teaming up. Unprecedented, not unprecedented, unexpected for a lot of people. I didn't see it coming when Sophie told me that she was teaming up with Rachel. So they used that title shot and they won 14-20 technical knockout win against Gore Boys. So now they're the current team's champion. The only team's champion that ever won the title on an 0-0 record. So now they're 1-0. Very impressive performance by the Street Smarts there. And the next one that we have is also a singles title shot, which was Steven versus Matthew. Steven won the tournament at the end of last year, giving him this title shot against Matthew. Unfortunately for Steven, not as fortunate in this title shot. 24-13 knockout by Matthew. Matthew proving himself again, once again, a very dominant champion. This is his second successful defenses in a row because he defended against me prior to the challenge against Steven. And then with Steven, that makes it 2 successful defenses in a row. And then prior to that, he obviously won the title against Andrew. So yeah, now Matthew has had 2 different title reigns with 2 successful defense each time. His first title reign was way back in 2021 when he won it against John, and then he defends it against Sasha, and he defends it against Cole. And then his third defense, he lost against Owen, and Owen becomes the champion. So this time he's on a similar track. He wins it against Andrew, he defends it against me, he defends it against Steven. Let's see if we can do it a 3rd time in a row, because the only person who's ever defended 3 times in a row in one run is Andrew. Andrew has done it prior to this, so he wants it against Owen, defense against Sophie, Kenny, Steven, and then he lost it to Matthew. So if Matthew can defend his next title shot, he will join Andrew in that 3 successful defense. And Andrew has also had 2 reigns as a single title. So yeah, Matthew is trying to chase that basically. Let's see if that's possible. So yeah, that's a title match. Aside from that, we have the first teams match that's on the title match this year: Star Wars Chosen Chimichangas. Chosen Chimichangas one of my favorite team names ever, Cole and Nachi, and one of the original teams in RTFO as well. They didn't play for over, I think, 800 days when I announced it a while ago, which is insane. And they won their match in their return, basically 17-18 TKO against Star Warriors. Very fun fight, very fun to see that them returning. I'm curious to see what they do for the rest of the year. And we also had the triple threat in the rookie division, not rookie division, in the rookie field, basically. Kaylee Fulton, Leah Moyer, Nate Montanari. I don't know if everyone have seen that match yet, but that was a very entertaining match. They were rookies, so they obviously there was, you can see the nervousness from some of them. I thought Leah was very nervous. It seems like going into it, but she put up a hell of a fight. Kaylee got very unlucky in that round with opponent's choice. And Nate winning that one with the final score of 13-16-19 with a TKO. Nate proving very dominant. Nate seems, I don't know much about Nate. I don't know much about any of these competitors, but Nate seems scary. He's reminding me a lot of he's reminding me obviously of Max from last year, but also reminding me of Kenny, because even though Kenny technically didn't win the triple threat on his debut because of the technicality of the score issue that we had, so Jacob won that match, but Kenny ended up winning Rookie of the Year. Kenny had an amazing run 2 years ago, and Nate is kind of giving me that same vibe of just the confidence and the knowledge. So potential, very, very early one match in reaction, maybe Rookie of the Year potential for Nate here. But Leah and Kaylee, very excited to see very excited to see what they can bring to the singles division as well. Although out of those three, Kaylee's promo my favorite, because Leah and Nate, they again rookies, they seem very confused on what to do in their promos there. But yeah. Adelaide Spence saying Nate definitely feels like he wants to be the next Kenny. That is the vibe that I am getting as well. So yep, very very good triple threat there. I highly recommend watching it, even if you have not. Just get familiar with those. So those are the matches that we had so far. We have upcoming matches coming in. I don't think I've announced it on the Discord yet, but we got several teams matches that's happening this Tuesday. We got Film Bros Anonymous versus Masters of Disguise. That's Sarah and Kenny versus Jacob and Matt Fragapane. That should be fun. On Wednesday, we got Lighthouse Lobster and the House Cat versus the Cage Fighters. That is Colin and Owen versus Steven and Cameron, happening on Wednesday. And on Friday, we have the Angry Birds, Sid and Ashwin versus Lydia and Maddie in the teams division. So we got 3 matches coming up this week and several other matches coming up next week and the following week and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it will be, this should be a lot of fun. Colin saying Nate isn't going to be the next Kenny. He's going to be the first Nate. There you go. Exciting stuff. I am curious again with the rookie. You never know with these rookies what they know and what they don't know. They might start slow and then at the end of the year they get strong, literally like what Kenny did, or from the beginning of the year till the end of the year just start strong, stay strong. So we'll see what happens. So yeah. Having said that, that was basically a recap of everything, and so now this is the main meat of the show, of the town hall, where basically we are doing. I'm doing the preview for what's happening. So I'll be starting off with a preview for the singles title picture. So I'm going to screen share here. I made this like literally I want to say 1 hour before this thing, because I was like, I was just gonna do it verbally, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe with a picture visualization, it might be easier for people to follow instead of just me talking to the camera and the camera going blurry sometimes without me noticing. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just make a visualization and hopefully it makes more sense for everyone following. So a little bit rough, a little bit quick, but here is basically the singles title preview. Before we go to that, I just saw a comment earlier. What was this? Cameron, I want to start a beef with Nate, but he is disallowing it. I guess he wants to do that with threatening competitors. Okay. All right. Anyway, so here is the presentation that I made in the last 1 hour, maybe less. So starting with the singles title preview. So for the upcoming singles title picture, again, Matthew is still the singles champion. And I still get this question from some people in the league, like, what is a title picture? So a title picture is basically just the the concept and basically how you get to challenge for the title shot. It's not always a tournament. A tournament can be a title picture. Like every year we have a tournament, and the winner of the tournament always challenge for a title. That is something that we do every year. But every time we have a path to a title, we always call it a title picture. Either it be a short path, maybe it's just a 4-person competition, and the winner make it to the title shot. Or maybe it's like longer, a very elaborate title picture. Maybe like we have like 12 people competing for one shot for the title shot, but it's not in the form of a tournament. Basically, it's just a pathway to get to a title shot and not necessarily in a tournament format. So this is what we have for the single title picture for this upcoming spring in a way. So the winner of this title picture will challenge Matthew. So hopefully that makes sense there. So what does this single title picture entail? We will have 9 competitors in this singles title picture. The 9 competitors who are involved are the current top 9 competitors in the league that was not in the last 2 number 1 contender pictures. Meaning, if you look at the rankings, the top 9 competitors that was not in the last 2 number 1 contenders, which was Steven, because he was in the in the finals of the tournament last year and challenged for the title recently. And that is Rachel, because she was in the finals of the tournament, lost to Steven, and Sam and myself, which was in the other number 1 contenders matchup prior to the tournament. So those 4 competitors are not eligible, regardless of where our standings are. So the top 9 competitors in the league will play in this battle. And how it's gonna fall out is that there is 3 triple threat match. It's a 1v1v1, and there is 3 of them. The winner of each of those matches will play in a triple threat number 1 contender match, and the winner of that will challenge Matthew for the title. So this is the preview for the singles title picture. Once again, so the top 9 competitors in the league, excluding me, Sam, Rachel, and Steven, just because I like to keep things fresh. I don't like repeat challenges right away. So I'm eliminating those, giving other people opportunities. And it will be 3 triple threat matches. Winner of each of those triple threat matches will play in another triple threat. And the winner of that will play a 1v1 5-round match against Matthew. What decided on 9? Just because it's 3 triple threat matches, which adds up to 9. So instead of 10, yes. And the rankings is decided based on wins, but basically the win-loss ratio plays a big factor. So if you have 6 more wins than your loss, which I don't think anyone has ever done except for Andrew, then that's like a pretty high ranking. If your win-loss ratio is a 0, then like that compared to a win-loss ratio of like a 2, then the people with a win-loss ratio of a 2 is higher. But anyway, so the 3 triple threat matches, who are involved? Well, let's see it. We got Andrew versus Jacob versus Max Malavenda. We got Owen versus Aiden versus Maddie Mincer. And finally, Kenny versus Sarah versus Cole Sanders. These 9 competitors, once again, are among the top 9 upper half currently in the league in terms of standings. How this matchup was picked was not necessarily randomization, but both a mix of randomization. Well, okay, I don't want to say randomization because it wasn't randomization. I handpicked these matches because they either have not really played each other, they have called each other out in a sense, or just like, again, the one that makes the most sense in terms of matchup. I believe, for the exception of Owen and Aiden, because they have been here a long time, I believe most of these competitors have not played each other yet. So basically when I had the list of 9, I was trying to find ways of mixing and matching where players haven't played each other, and this is the best outcome that I got. Andrew and Jacob have some kind of beef with each other, and they've been calling each other out a lot. So Andrew and Jacob right there, and then Max, Rookie of the Year from last year, joining in the fray. This should be very exciting. I have no idea who's going to come out on top in that one. Obviously, Andrew is a favorite. He's a former champion. He has the crazy freaking record. But Jacob, he has proven himself time and time again for the past 2 years. I think this is his third season. And Max, literally just 1 year in, but he's already a favorite as well. I personally always like seeing people who haven't got a title shot play for a title shot. So I'm not going to root for Andrew in this one. If I can pick, I want to see Jacob and Max try to advance and see what happens. So similarly for the next one, Owen, Aiden, Maddie. I like seeing people who haven't got title shots. So I would love to see Aiden or Maddie winning this one. It's going to be tough against Owen because Owen is a tough competitor, former champion in both divisions. Aiden, former Teams champion. He's proven himself in singles. I think last year might be his best singles year. So I'm curious to see if that carries over. And Maddie as well. She is still relatively new, second year in the league. She has proven herself at the end of last year with the upset against Sam and like the basically placing herself in the tournament and performing well against Steven with the unfortunate loss, but it boosts herself up in the standings. So I think Maddie is the underdog here, but if she gets lucky in round number 2, which we have seen in the past, she can put up a challenge against Owen and Aiden, and I'm curious to see what happens. I think that will be a very good match. And then Kenny versus Sarah versus Cole. Man, that one is going to be so much fun. Kenny, one of the best rookie performances, I think, one of the best rookie performances ever in the season. After Sasha's rookie run, Kenny's rookie run was incredible. And then the following year, Kenny slightly dropped off, in my opinion, in singles. And so I'm curious to see if he can bounce back in this year. I think Kenny got a lot of unlucky stuff last year in singles. And again, compared to his rookie season, his sophomore season wasn't as great. So I'm curious to see how he does in this one. I still think he is the favorite in this one too. Sarah has improved a lot. She is my favorite competitor in terms of seeing improvement over the years. She has improved literally so much since the first time we saw an RTFO. So seeing Sarah versus Kenny, teammates currently from Bros Anonymous, playing against each other and against Cole, someone who has played for a title shot a while ago, I think 2021 against Matthew, and now he's going to be in the mix. And again, I don't think Cole has played Kenny or Sarah, so that should be a lot of fun. That last one, I think, is the only one. Like I said, I think Andrew's a favorite for the first one. Owen's a favorite for the second. For the third one, as much as I want to say Kenny's a favorite, I also don't want to say that because even though Cole is the lowest rank out of those 3 competitors, Cole have had the most experiences, and he is a very, very strong competitor. So I think he can win it. And Sarah, once again, she keeps on improving every year. She impressed me every year. So I think she has a really good shot as well. So that last match is the one that I cannot predict the most. And I think that will be very exciting. I don't know if Kenny and Sarah have strategy of like, let's pick strengths together against Cole. Because that has kind of been done in the past, but I don't know if that's what they're doing. But yeah, this is the singles title picture. Basically, once again, the winner of these 3 will play in another triple threat. The winner of that will play Matthew for the 5-round singles championship battle. So yeah, Max saying, "Oh my God!" So yeah, Max knows he's playing Andrew and Jacob. He doesn't know. I don't think anyone knows the other matchup yet. So yeah, this is basically what's gonna happen. Adelaide cheering for Maddie, Cameron cheering for Sarah. So yeah. This is going to be fun. Yeah, that Jacob and Andrew beef is finally getting squashed in this one, and Max is going to be tuning in to be the third person to see that beef, and maybe Max will take it away. They're too busy fighting each other, and Max will win it all. That's a possibility. So yeah, the singles title picture. Very, very excited. Again, there 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 5 people who has never played for a singles title match before in this one, which is Jacob, Max, Aiden, Maddie, and Sarah. And there is 4 people who's played for a singles title match before: Andrew, Owen, Kenny, and Cole. So a good mix there of competitors. So we shall see. We shall see what happens in this singles title picture. So all right. Before we go to the next thing, which is InterCup, I'm gonna take a quick drink real quick just to clear my throat. But yeah, hopefully you guys are excited for this one, and this is exciting. Yeah. All right. So, up next, we have let's talk about the teams division now. We talked about singles. Obviously, okay. If your names are not in here, it doesn't mean you will not get a match. You will not be prioritized for a match because this is the priority as we're doing. But everyone, I try to get a match for you. And I don't want to tease it right away because it's like 90% fixed of who you're playing. Like basically, right now in the live chat, I know Cameron's watching. Like 90%, I know who Cameron's going to play, but I don't want to announce it just yet in case we change stuff up. But yeah, you will be getting a match, just not announced right now, and it will not be part of the single title picture. But maybe if you perform well, you'll be in the next title picture. So there you go, incentive. Anyway, let's talk about InterCup. Before we go to 2024 InterCup, let's take a look back 2023 InterCup. So last year, we got 12 teams participating in the InterCup with 4 groups of 3. 12 teams being 12 teams that are not the team's champion at the time, which was Gore Boys, who was the current team's champion at the time. And we did a 4 groups of 3. You guys played in the group stage, basically a round robin style where you had to play each other. And then basically the best performing groups, the best performing groups. Okay. Groups are the classification when we put you into the groups, and teams are the teams. Basically like Working Boys, Career Pack, that's the teams, okay? So top 8 teams advanced to the knockout round, which were the winners and the runner-up of each group, as you all might recall. Like Group A winner was Working Boys, Career Pack is the runner-up, Group B Cage Fighters, Logator lose runner-up. So we all know that. And then the matchups in the tournament matchups, as we see in the graphic there, with a total of 19 matches throughout the whole event. And the prize of last year's InterCup was a title shot. So Working Boys won that whole thing. They play a title shot against Gore Boys. Unsuccessful title shot, but it still made for a very impressive run for Working Boys there. Even though it was the end of their team's run, because Working Boys is no more, but it still makes for a very impressive run. And 2023 InterCup, I thought was a huge success, and people loved it. So we are bringing back InterCup in 2024. However, there will be changes slightly to the format, but I think this change is going to make it even more exciting. So this is what happened last year. This is what's going to happen this year. 2024 Teams InterCup. Unlike last year where we had 12 teams participating, 13 with Gore Boys that are not participating, this year we have 15 active teams. 15 active teams. 5 teams had yet to debut, which we will have debut matches soon enough. We're trying to schedule it, scheduling difficulties. We're trying to schedule those matches. We have 15 active teams this season, including the team's champion. So what's going to happen is that all 15 teams will compete in the 2024 InterCup. And this includes the current team's champion, Street Smarts. All 15 teams will play in the InterCup. And you might be like, oh shit, all 15 teams? Whoa, that's more. Wait a minute. The winner of the InterCup last year got a challenge for the title shot. Why is the team's champion in this thing? Are they going to give up their title? What's going to happen? Well, with this changes, there is 2 possible outcomes for the prizes. The winning team for the 2024 InterCup will get a title shot at the team's champion, which again, at the time of this recording, is Street Smarts. And they will get title shot immediately following the cup. So let's say I'm going to pick a random team right now. Let's say the Chosen Chimichangas wins the InterCup. They will play Street Smarts for the team's championship. But then again, you might be confused. Wait a minute. Street Smarts are in the InterCup. What's going to happen? If the team's champion, aka Street Smarts, wins the cup, they will get an automatic rematch if they lose their next title match, which we've never done before. I've said this a lot. I don't like seeing repeat title matches back to back. I've never basically intentionally make a team or a singles competitor challenge for a title match after they just had a title match, either successful or unsuccessful. The only time that I could think of where this happened was literally Gore Boys and the A Team, and that's because Gore Boys earned the right to do it because they have had the title shot. Their first time, when they challenged the A Team, the first time it was because they won the tournament, and then the second time was the title shot. So they earned that right. But I never intentionally basically put a title match with back-to-back teams in a row. But with this one, once again, so if Street Smarts win the whole cup, they're gonna play in the tournament still as a champion. If they win the whole thing, then we will have a very short title picture, whatever that may be. We'll determine at the end of the cup. The winner of that title picture will play them, and let's say Street Smarts lose that, then Street Smarts' next match is once again going to be challenging for the title match again. They will get the automatic rematch because they earn it because they win the InterCup. So basically, again, two outcomes. If you're not a champion, you will play the champion following the cup. If you are the champion and you win the whole thing, you get an automatic rematch if you lose your next match. So that is basically what's going to happen in the 2024 InterCup. So yeah, Street Smart, you might be like, okay, we're just gonna chill for the next 6 months. We're gonna play. InterCup's gonna be taking a while. Sorry, you'll be playing. You'll be competing. You might have a long run. You might have an early exit. We don't know, but they will be part of it. So furthermore, let's talk about the format. With 15 teams, slight changes. Group stage will be 5 groups of 3 instead of 4 groups of 3. Will be from group A to group E. The top 8 teams will advance to the knockout round, similar like last year. However, this is a slight twist once again. Last year, as I mentioned earlier, the top 8 teams are the 4 winners and the 4 runner-ups. This year, the top 8 teams are the 5 winners of each group. So the winner of each group automatically qualify, and 3 wildcards, which will be determined by point differential. So what this means is that even though we have 5 groups total, there is only 3 runner-ups, or maybe it's not even. I'm pretty sure only the runner-ups can qualify, but maybe not as well. There's possibilities where it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it's just runner-up. But out of those 5 runner-ups, only 3 of them will advance, and it's based on the point differential. So let's say the runner-up of Group A have a point differential of 5 points. Runner-up of Group B have a point differential of 2. Runner-up of Group 3 have a point differential of 2. Runner-up of Group C have a point differential of 4. Runner-up of Group D point differential of 5 again. Basically, again, the 3 runner-ups that have the most point differential will make it. So even though you perform well on your group stage, you'll be compared to the other groups. So that will change for an exciting twist. Standard knockout round tournament seeding. Again, 8 teams. You'll be seeded based on your win-loss ratio and then by point differential, 1 to 8. So 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. With total of 22 matches total. With again, the top 8 people competing for the cup. So that is basically the 2024 InterCup. And that's just a very early preview of what is going to come. Now we have 5 groups of 3 with 3 wildcards instead of automatic runner-ups. So again, you might be feeling comfortable with your runner-up position within each group stage, but you'll be compared to other group stage. So it will be very exciting, and I think it will be quite more competitive. It will make it more competitive, especially again with Street Smarts in the mix. We've only seen them one match. How crazy would it be if Street Smarts win the whole thing? But also, how crazy would it be if Street Smart lose in the group stage? That will be insane. So yeah, 22 matches total, slight increase from the past year. So this should be exciting, and slight difference on the scoring system. If you look back to last year, I don't know if you can see here in the graphic on the right side here, but we had a point system which I thought was confusing, and looking back, it's unnecessary because the point system was like if you win, you got 2 points. If you lose, you get 1 point, kind of thing. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because the point differential decides that as well anyway, in a sense. because we always see the win-loss ratio and the point differential, the score differential. So we're gonna abolish the whole point system and just look at the point/score differential of each matches. That will determine, like, basically for tiebreakers. And if it's a tie in point differential, then we go to accuracy. We've always, like always. So yeah, that is a 2024 Teams InterCup format. So basically that's it. We will not do the drafting for the group stage yet. We will wait until every team has debuted. And again, there is no timeline for this yet. I want to do it as soon as possible. However, what I'll say is that I want to wait, because every team in a way has already showcased us what they're capable of, except for the rookie teams, and we have 5 rookie teams, which is the most in a while, I think. So I want to let the rookie teams play at least 1 match, maybe 2 matches for each rookie teams, and every other team, I want to try to guarantee 1 match first before the InterCup. So after we all get that all sorted and done, then we will get started with the InterCup. So I don't know how long they'll take. Hopefully not too long. We're trying to schedule stuff and move stuff along. But that is basically, again, very early teaser for everything. So let me know if any one of you guys have any questions in the live chat regarding any of these, the title picture, the Teams InterCup, or anything else. Let me know in the comment section below. Not comment section below, in the live chat, since I'm going live right now. I'll wait for a couple minutes. If there's nothing, then I will wrap it up. So yeah, full circle, wild, never failed to surprise us. Thank you. Yeah, this should be exciting. Again, lots of teams. We have lots of new teams, and with the change up with 2024 Teams InterCup as well. Colin, Cameron, let's just play each other. Hey, maybe that's what's supposed to happen already. I just don't announce it yet. You'll never know. But yeah. So once again, let me know if there's anything in the live chat. I'm gonna make sure that StreamYard's not glitching on me in case there is anything. But yeah, I'll probably stay here for a bit. Yeah. Once again, this should be plenty fun. For the whole event. I'm excited for both InterCup and both the singles title picture. And really, I don't think there's anything else for me to say. So, yeah. Let's just do an awkward pause if there is anything in the live chat. If not, I will wrap it up for the whole thing. So yeah, once again, before we wrap the whole thing, this week we have 3 upcoming matches. Once again, Film Bros Anonymous, Masters of the Skies, Film Bros Anonymous versus Masters of the Skies, Lighthouse Lobster versus Cage Fighters, and Angry Birds versus 1.5 Women. And then we are in the process of scheduling 2 rookie teams right now, 4 rookie teams, 2 matches to crank them out, as well as those triple threat singles title picture already in the works. So we'll see what happens there. Hell yeah, Max. Yeah, excited to see you in the singles title picture, and excited to see your team debut as well. I missed the tournament by 1 person. I was next in. Yeah, Colin, you were literally next in line in the singles title picture. But hey, maybe you'll get a shot in the next one. You've had a streaky run, I'd say. I think last year you got unlucky. So we'll see what happens. You're a very good competitor, so I'm one day I know you'll have a title shot and everything. So yeah. Again, I have nothing much else to say. If you guys have nothing else much to say as well, I think that should be everything. But yeah, I'll just wrap it up. If anyone have any questions following this live stream, if you're watching on a playback, put it in the comment section below or video, or tag us on Discord, tag me on Discord, ask it, and then I will respond accordingly. Thank you, Colin. Yeah, I'm excited for this whole thing. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching it. 43 minutes in. This should be a lot of fun. And I will see you all next week or the following week or whenever. So until next time, in the Real Trivia Face Off, Albert currently signing out. And look at that awesome new logo for the InterCup, the new color scheme. So excited. All right. Anyway, thanks, y'all. I'll see you all next time. Peace.